Hi guys, my name is Melanie Hinds. I give you the fastest Iraqi Dinar summary on the net. We have our own unique sources, military sources that keep it prized, and they've been reporting for us for a few years now. So I have copies of all the CBI articles, what's newest from the CBI. Right now, they've done what Kuwait did and said they weren't going to do it, or they didn't have any plan to do it, which is what they're supposed to say when they're about to do this. Because guys, this is coordinated political timing as to when this is released. But we have a great breaking news out of Iraq of who's heading there in the coming days and why it's great news. We also go and get everybody else's summaries of what Mark Z says happened in Kuwait, which appears to be happening here. And guys, today is a great day to manifest this. I did a whole teaching on how you manifest your prayers as a co-creator with Christ and believing things before they happen. So I hope you will subscribe, tap the bell, and learn how you can manifest your prayers in a very strategic way. God has revealed this to me because I've been studying his word for 25 years. So please subscribe and tap the bell if you want to know more about how you can get your prayers answered. And anyways, I'll be live at 5 to talk more about how you manifest the Iraqi Dinar revaluation, the wealth transfer, so you can feel safe in these coming days when things have gotten even worse. Crazier. So I've got a puppy here. She's just over a year old. We got another puppy coming in a couple weeks. So pray for me. She's always wanting to be by mommy, and she's always wanting to use mommy's pillows. And I don't know, she's spoiled. She's one of my later puppy babies, so she gets a lot more. It's kind of like me. I was the 6th baby. So look, she gets a lot more. She's a lot more spoiled than the other dogs have ever been. She gets to lay on mommy's favorite pillows. But then you got to get comfortable. So I've got my puppy right here. This is her bum. So anyways, if you love dogs, please subscribe, tap the bell. I take you on my journey with my dogs and my horses, and say I love dogs down below if you love dogs. Or if you love cats. I love cats too. I just don't happen to have them because they don't go well with the dogs and the horses. I'm just saying. So the biggest article coming out of Iraq, I've got other ones, but the biggest article coming out of Iraq is the U.S. envoy coming to Baghdad amid armed factions debate. And honestly, his picture has the biggest smile on his face. And look at the green outline around him, which is serendipitous of our money is coming. In my opinion, there's no coincidence. Everything is a sign. You can either live your life as if nothing's a miracle or if all things are a miracle. I believe all things are working together for good. So it says U.S. envoy to Mike Savai is expected to visit Baghdad in the coming days to discuss the future of bilateral ties, a senior Iraqi government source said on Sunday. So they're telling it to their own people what he's doing there. I went through that article in detail. Also, there was an article, why Iraq's provincial councils are struggling to deliver. Guys, this is a murky period for the Iraqi citizens where Sudanese still in control, but they don't know who their new leader is. It happens after every election. It happens here all the time, so it shouldn't be a surprise to you, and it shouldn't take you off believing this is done. The next one was from home of the decisive leader, Sunni forces decide on the selection of the new parliament speaker. Our military sources says, yeah, we'll see. Right? And then there was a human interest article, an Iraqi fortress above the Tigris that time forgot. They're looking for a lot of tourism in the future. It's going to be one of their main sources of income once they get this thing done. So in terms of reality, where we're at right now, I believe it's already done, but when you look at the Forex doesn't open till tonight at 5, so join us for 5 for a celebration as if we believe this is done, because one of the keys to manifestation is you have to add your emotions with your vision and act as if you already believe it, but you have to add your emotions with your vision. So we'll talk about that tonight, and I celebrate as if I believe it's done, because it is done, and I'm debt-free anyway, which is one of the number one things I was going to do. I was going to pay off all my debts. If you have that, say, I'm going to pay off all my debts as soon as this is done. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know how you're going to direct the money. What if God is just asking you to make a plan of what you're going to do with the money? Right? Have you written that down? Do you know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 through 20, a list of things you're going to do as soon as you get the money in the bank account? Have you done that yet? That might be a good exercise to do today, because this is a really good portal to manifest your prayers this day right now, because the darkness is receding. This is the shortest day of the year. The darkness after this recedes. It's also a portal because it's 12:21, 12:12 backwards. I mean, just saying, if you believe in manifestation, comment down below, I believe in manifestation, because I need to know who are my believers and who are my doubters. Because guys, there's reason why all things are possible with those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. All things are possible. It doesn't leave anything out. That includes pulling in this wealth transfer to this miracle manifestation season of Christmas. I met my husband, who is a miracle manifestation of everything I dreamed of. I made a 3-page list. I turned it over to God, and I met him. Tomorrow's the anniversary of that, 26 years. Jesus Christ showed up in my Jeep February 22nd of 2000. That was a miracle manifestation. That anniversary is coming up in a few months. So guys, miracles happen all the time. Do you not perceive them? They happen in my channel. Please subscribe, tap the bell. So if you look at the actual rates today, it's still 0.00076. That's $1 equals 0.00076 Iraqi dinar. The rate for the Kuwaiti dinar is 1 Kuwaiti dinar equals $3.26 Iraqi dinar. That is the rate today. So now what has everybody else said? I promised to tell you what everybody else is saying, including one of the favorites, which is Mark Z. He says, my dog is all over the place, so I'm like having to hold this phone. I love the light in here right now, and I love the natural light. It's my favorite light, and so I wanted to do this right here because I like to sit in the sun and hang out with my puppy because she's very cuddly. She's very sweet, but she's very rambunctious right now. So please don't put any comments that the puppy's annoying you because she's just a puppy. What do you got against puppies? They're sweet. So anyways, now we're going to go to what Mark Z is saying, or all the other intel gurus are saying. So Mark Z is saying, and guys, I showed you articles today what the CBI has been saying for a while, that this is done. Why they are alluding, they don't say it's done. They're alluding to it's done. He can't say it's done. Here she goes again. She's like, how can I get even closer to mommy? Woo. Okay. I really didn't want to have to edit this video. Maybe I'll edit that part out. I don't know. Probably not. It's Sunday. It's my weekend. I didn't have to be doing this. But guys, I'll see you tonight at 5. If you're going to make sure you're subscribed, you have to be subscribed for a minimum of 3 days to get in my chat. Okay. Mark Z says, in Kuwait, they revalued on a Sunday. I told you, perfect day to manifest. It's a miracle season if you believe in Jesus. Question, in Kuwait, they revalued on a Sunday, released the next banking day, Monday. When did they tell the public about the revaluation and what day? Mark Z said, I thought it was on a Thursday that they told people about it, but they did not tell the world for 10 days. They kept it in country only and under wraps for 10 days. That is what my friends involved told them. So, what do you think? Comment down below. She's going to be a problem for me today. Why do I love big dogs? If I had a little dog, I could just hold her, keep her from jumping around. Mountain Good says the CBA may still go ahead with removing the zeros in time for a January release or on January, but it does not have to happen exactly on January 1st, as there are 31 days in the month. They could also change the plan and remove the zeros in early January and release late January. There are options. There is much more evidence than not that everything is pointing to early 2026 for them to normalize the dinar and place it back on the Forex to trade. What do you think? That's Mountain Goat. I've done Mark Z. Frank 26. He says, you say it's a coincidence that let's just say 0.00076. He's saying the 1310. That's just the opposite way of looking at it. You take $1 divided by 1310, you get the 0.00076. That's math. Guys, I used to be a math major, computer science minor before I studied business and was offered the CFO position. So please subscribe, tap the bell. So anyways, he said, you say it's a coincidence that program rate expires on December 31st, that you become a full sovereign nation on December 31st. No, it's not a coincidence. It's Donald Trump's plan. That's his opinion. What do you think? Claire says, officials, America demands that armed groups not be included in the new Iraqi government. I covered that article this morning. A State Department spokesman who declined to be named said Iraqi leaders are well aware of what it is, and it is not consistent with the strong partnership between Iraqi and America. That's a source that won't be named. I like name sources, and I don't think it matters, guys. I think they are a fully sovereign country. They're just waiting to the coordinated political timing for it to be released. Amen. And if you agree, say amen. Agree with me in prayer that it's done. Can you just do that? Say amen. Samson says, after years of controversy, Iraq is moving towards opening 2 land border crossings with Saudi Arabia. More evidence that it's done. Sanda Ingram, we U.S. IQD investors in the West are still a problem for Iraq and the CBI. All we know for sure is that Iraq is on the path, on track of which currency values increase. Frank 26 says, feel good because it's not a secret. Everybody knows. He said what he finds interesting is there's still only a small percentage of people in the United States of America that knows about the Iraqi dinar, only a small percentile. Can't help but wonder, where are all the people that have dinars? They're all over the world. Supposedly Donald Trump holds Iraqi dinars, our U.S. Treasury holds Iraqi dinars, and also the other guy, what's his name? The Walmart guy. I think he owns Iraqi dinars too. Fun Lou, there is no contract right. Reputing this foolishness will not make it come true. She's talking about the redemption centers that offer big rates that you won't get anywhere else. I'm just saying. I wouldn't believe it. That's why I have my 3 steps to a safe exchange, so you can find your bank and know exactly what to say when you go to said bank to exchange, before and after. How do you find your bank before? How do you talk to them after it happens? And how do you set your appointments? And then what do you say at that appointment? All of that I've mapped out for you in an easy strategy. You should look at my 3 steps. Militiaman, we're going into a different world with the Iraqi dinar, and we're going into a different world with the globe. We know we have tokenized currencies that are coming. We've seen executive orders being placed, and those things should be taken seriously. Guys, Clarity Act, the big beautiful bill, all of it is preparation for this new system. Are you ready for it? I am. If not, join our Zoom tomorrow. I love you. Bye. Or my live stream tonight, which is free at 5, but subscriber only. Talk to you later. Bye.